statistic. People upload 500 hours of content on YouTube every minute. I read somewhere that you can call YouTube the world's largest database of culture, which means people's ideas, people's dreams, people's beliefs, they are being uploaded. And you can connect instantly with a slice of someone's life somewhere else in the world. When I was in school, I remember we used to have Doordarshan. And at 4 o'clock on Sunday evening, we used to have Spider Man. And we used to wait as kids for Spider Man to play. We've moved from a time when the media that we were used to was controlled by a few big companies, whether it's Doordarshan or it's Disney or it's Marvel. It's these medias that give us the content that we absorb, and that's what shapes our thoughts and beliefs. Today, what YouTube has done, platforms like YouTube, what it has done is it has shifted the power from a few big companies that can control what we see to each and every one of us who can broadcast our thoughts, our life, and our ideas into the world. It's a power that humanity has never had. We've never had this kind of power in our hands, and it's only hardly 13 or 14, 15 years old. It's a new weapon that we have in our hand, or it's a new tool of creativity, the way we want to use it. So today's session is really about YouTube, and I have to be very honest with you. I am not an expert on this topic. All right, I think I'm at the same level as every one of us, and probably some of us over here are way more of an expert on YouTube. But I think it's something that I want to explore along with each and every one of us. So I'm going to ask, I was having a chat with my friend Huzaifa yesterday, and I just asked him that, how do you use YouTube? And I know Huzaifa is one of those guys who's a no bullshit kind of a guy. He will, if only something that is interesting or useful or fun for him, he's going to put his time into it. So he shared something really brilliant, which I'm going to ask Huzaifa to come on board and just ask him to share with us how he uses YouTube. Huzaifa?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Huzaifa, tell us yesterday what you were telling me. How do you find yourself using YouTube? What has it been for you?
So, YouTube has taught me a lot. It's taught me a lot. It's helped me pick up a lot of new hobbies. So what I understand, the main thing is that to get onto YouTube, before you get onto YouTube, you really need to have a specific problem to solve, or you need to have something new that you want to learn, right? Otherwise, if someone tells you to browse some YouTube videos about something unrelated, something that you do not really want to watch, or something that doesn't interest you, then it's just going to be you watching a video that you're not very interested about. But what I believe is that if you have something that really interests you, that is going to keep you hooked onto YouTube, and you're going to want to use it more and more. So I just have a few examples on how I used YouTube to do. I've done a lot of things. It has helped me in a lot of things. So in the start, I used to work out quite a bit, and at that time I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos about working out, about different pull-ups, different push-ups, for example. And there was this very interesting thing that I saw a lot of people do in these videos. It's called a Salmon ladder. Not sure if everyone will know what a Salmon ladder is, but it comes in a lot of TV shows as well. It's just where you do one pull-up, and you suspend yourself in the air, and you go up to the next level and the next level after that. But it was a complicated thing to make, and I just thought that why not? We can do this at home. Found some how-to videos on YouTube, and then spent about 1 to 2 hours in finding different YouTube videos how to make it. Then went on to find plans, and then I ended up making one on my own. Used my dad and my brother's help, but I ended up making one. Another example, I think it was just happened these quarantine days, is that so my mom was making me do the dishes every second day, and I was like, there's a dishwasher in the house, why am I doing the dishes? And then I realized that the dishwasher is not working. So I was like, I don't want to do the dishes anymore. So I went on to YouTube, and it turned out that it was barely a 2.5-minute video. But that 2.5-minute video just helped me solve the problem. And literally at around 1 a.m., I was sitting at night, and I saw this 2.5-minute video, ran immediately up. Ran to the dishwasher, and the next day the dishwasher is ready. I do the dishes. So I mean, it was a good help to me. Another example is so I like cooking, and I mean, I browse quite a bit about cooking and stuff like that. So I always have wanted to make a wood-fired brick oven pizza. And I mean, if I would have told my dad directly that, I want to make a brick oven, help me to do that, he would have asked me a million questions, and I would never have ended up making a brick oven. But again, I went back to YouTube, browsed quite a bit, I must have searched almost 60 minutes, like 1 to 2 hours of footage just about brick ovens. And I ended up finding that a lot of people make brick ovens on their own. Found myself to this one channel who had given a lot of information about different brick ovens. So now I had all the information I needed on how to make a brick oven. But then I knew that my parents are always going to ask me that, is it worth having a brick oven? How do you light a brick oven up? How do you cook on a brick oven? Is it worth having, okay, you put in all this effort to make this brick oven, but is it going to be worth it? YouTube is really in finding out even if you need that thing, if you actually require a brick oven in the house. So then what I did was I went on to find more videos on what all I can cook on the brick oven, how practical is it, how much meant. So what I'm trying to say is that it does not only help you make stuff, it also helps you find everything about that particular thing that you want, or you can find out everything about, I mean, for example, brick ovens that there is to find out. I mean, by the end of 2 days, I knew how it works, why it is used. Like, I never knew that. So what happens in a brick oven is
you had become an expert by the end of 2 days.
Yeah, I'd become an expert. You learn.
And I remember, Huzefa, I remember the first time when I met Huzefa, almost 6 or 7 years back. You should have seen his mother's face. He was like, "Ye ladka na school mein padhta hi nahi hai." She was ready to pull her hair out because of all the complaints that the teachers had. Sorry, Huzefa, for sharing that.
Yeah, that's right.
Could you feel the energy and that passion for learning on him as he was sharing? That's why I asked him to share, because you could see that hunger. And what an important thing that he shared, that, before you even get onto YouTube, see, of course, there's a lot of fun and entertainment and, awesome, beautiful, fun content, which is beautiful. And I watch that all the time. But I love what he says, that before you even get onto YouTube, you should have either a problem to solve, or you should be clear about what you're interested in. So either the dishwasher is broken and you're trying to figure that out, or, I'm interested in, let's say, one of the topics that I'm interested in is conducting sessions for people, conducting workshops. And in workshops, I need to have icebreakers and warm-up activities. So I keep looking up interesting new icebreakers and warm-up activities. I'm also interested in learning how to play the mouth organ, like I told you also. Every day in my free time in the evening, at the end of the day, I browse for videos that are related to mouth organ and for blues music. So what we want to do is, what I want to ask all of us to do is right now, take 30 seconds and could you please share on the Zoom chat any one thing that interests you? A topic that, if you had a little bit of free time, you could use that free time, kind of just browsing that topic or learning about it. Anything that interests you. It could be K-pop music. It could be, certain genre of cooking. It could be, just learning about editing videos. For my mama who shared the other day, it could be just stainless steel. I know that, it sounds so strange, but I know he's passionate about stainless steel and he's passionate about stainless steel utensils. That's his business, but he's also passionate about that. He likes to talk about it. He likes to learn about it. I know my friend Akash, who's smiling at me, he's passionate about trees and hugging trees. So I would like to request everyone to take a moment right now and share on this chat any one thing that you're interested in. Anything, it doesn't matter whether it's work related or study related or fun related or hobby related, anything. Probably you might want to go back to the session 1 that we had when we spoke about vision, if you like. Or right now I'm interested in finding out, singers who are doing new creative stuff with Hindi music, combining it with blues, with the blues genre. So I'm interested in that. Okay, people have been chatting. Fantastic. I see lots of interesting things happening. Thank you so much. I'm seeing some really interesting topics coming out here, and I see some of them are interesting to me also, like nature videos. I see poetry. I see something on vlogging. I would be interested in that. Now, I believe that we've all heard the word YouTube creator or a video creator, a content creator. But today, what I want to share with all of us is another term, and that term is curator. See, the word curator, it comes from the word curious. So anything that I'm curious about and that interests me, I like to collect it. So I love learning things and I love books. So you can see I have a huge collection of books. I have a whole library, right? And I don't allow my wife Aarti to get even one shelf of space in my library. That's my collection. That's like my thing, right? And when I find someone also who's interested in the kind of books that I like, then I would love to send them a list of books that I'm interested in. When I was in school, I used to collect stamps. And I had stamps from Burma and from different places. And, when someone would come home and if they were interested, I would love to share my collection with them, right? So this business of curation is just about collecting information, ideas, articles, objects, videos related to a topic that I am interested in. All right. So today I want to suggest that we experiment being a curator, which means any topic that interests us to collect some videos, some articles, some videos. Today, let's talk about video, to collect some videos about that topic and share it with people. So I'm going to share a few interesting things about YouTube. And so when you go on to YouTube, first thing that you will see is you will see some recommended videos. Okay, keep this thought about being a curator in your mind, and we're going to come back to that. First thing that you see is you're going to see something called recommended videos. Now, an interesting statistic is that 70% of videos that get watched on YouTube are recommended by YouTube's recommendation engine. That means they are videos that are just thrown at us. The interesting thing about YouTube is that we can design our own YouTube experience. So based on the kind of videos that I watch, based on what I choose to click like on, and based on channels that I subscribe to, YouTube will start throwing me videos that might interest me. So you will see on my channel some videos related to music, some videos related to, let's say, topics related to self-development. You will see some topics related to, I've been doing a lot of search on these tools and things like that. Some topics related to news analysis. I don't like watching news, but I like to watch analysis of news. And you'll see a lot of these mouth organ videos. Now, if I open a different YouTube account, I'm assuming that you can see my shared screen.
Yeah, we can.
All right. So if you see now, this is a different YouTube account. This is the account of enterprise. And here you'll see completely different kind of videos being recommended. So I just want to share with all of us that, you can design your own YouTube experience based on your interest. Try doing that today. Try subscribing and following some people that create videos and around the topic that you're interested in. Try liking a few such videos and see if you can design your YouTube experience. Now, if I go to my channel, and if you go to my channel, if you search Aditya Jhunjhunwala, anybody who has a Google account has a channel. And if you go to my channel, you will see a section called playlists. And this is what I want to talk to all of us about today. Now you'll see here, you see my playlists. So I have a playlist called Experiments. And in this playlist, you will see I have right now only 2 videos, but these are during this lockdown, I've been doing little projects with the kids at home. And this is a playlist of a few projects that I've done with them. And I'm going to increase this playlist. So if some friend of mine says, what have you been doing with your kids? I might just share this playlist with them. Here is a playlist of some space related videos that we had created for Dhyan, our son, when he was very into space. He's looking at me and smiling right now. Okay. This is a playlist, like I spoke to you, that I like conducting training workshops. And these are some training games that I found. And I've created this playlist almost 4 or 5 years ago. But this is like my repository of interesting training games. And if someone asks me, okay, do you have some ideas for warm-up activities for games? I'll just share this list with them. Here is a playlist that I am referring nowadays to almost every day since the last almost 6 months. So this is my learning repository of videos to learn the mouth organ. So every time I find a good video to learn playing the mouth organ, I put it in this playlist and I keep coming back to it again and again. That is playlists. And I think many of us might have dabbled with it, but I don't know how many of us have consciously created playlists. And even I haven't. And I'm going to now actively create some playlists around topics that interest me, because YouTube is the world's largest repository of content on every topic under the planet. So if you go to the enterprise YouTube channel, you will see a few playlists. Now we have created 2 playlists for you to have a look at, which are really, really interesting. One is a playlist of some of the all-time groundbreaking videos in YouTube. Okay, so there's this channel called Groundbreaking YouTube Videos that we've compiled for you. These are videos that have changed the way that we look at and create content. For example, this Frozen Grand Central video, it has some 43 million views, and it was just an experiment done at the Grand Central railway station, where a group of people, they got about 100 people together and told them that we are going to all just freeze right in the center of the railway station. And suddenly people just started freezing. And those who weren't a part of this, they went crazy. But in about 10 minutes, the whole hall had frozen. It's a 1-minute video. I recommend everybody to have a look at it. It will make you smile. And the point is that the power to get a community together like this a power to get a large group of people to do something together like this exists today because of platforms like YouTube. So there are some really interesting videos. There's this video of this girl called Lonely Girl 15, which came out in 2006. And she just started, she's from New Zealand, from a small town. And she just started this little blog, this channel talking about, how she's feeling and what she's going through. And it became a rage. And later they found out that actually it was a scripted video series. It was not a 16-year-old girl making that video. It was a 19-year-old actress who had been hired by a production company and they scripted it. Now you may say that's right, that's wrong, but it just demonstrates the kind of possibilities that media has created today. So there's some really interesting videos and each of them has a story. One that I recommend, another two that I recommend everybody have a look at is this this double rainbow video that got some 43 million views. It became one of the most watched YouTube videos of this guy who goes out trekking and he sees this double rainbow and it's like 3 minutes of him just saying, my God, wow, and he's just screaming and yelling. And this video people have watched like dozens of times. And it shows that the power of video sharing is the power of creating an emotional connect. This video is nothing but raw human emotion. And when you watch it, you will definitely feel some goosebumps. And finally, this one video of Javed Karim, one of the founders of YouTube, the very first video ever uploaded onto YouTube is just a small 19-second clip of him at the zoo. Must have a look. It's important for us to understand this new media platform that is created. YouTube is not just a place where you go and watch some series. It is a very powerful medium that is being used by people to express their views, to create revolutions against a government or an organization, to learn skills, and to just connect with people. So what would be really interesting is the topic that you shared today that you are interested in. Let's say if you are interested in cooking, making chocolate desserts, all right? What we want you to do is search for some videos related to, let's say, chocolate desserts, all right? And then once you find a video that you like, all you do is you click on it. And if you see, you will see this plus sign here with the word save written. If you click that, if you click this plus sign, you can add this video to a playlist. And you can create a new playlist. So these are all my existing playlists.
That's what you'll need to make this delicious chocolate
cake. You can either add it to an
recently
existing playlist or you can create a new playlist. So what you could do today is take a topic that you're interested in, find a few videos that connect, that you feel that you vibe with the topic, create a playlist, and then what you could do is, let's use this community that we're trying to create as a community where we can learn together. It's not about, one person teaching everybody else. We can all share what we are interested in with each other. So once you have a playlist, if you go into your YouTube menu, you'll see this space called library, and there you'll see all your playlists. And once you go into your playlist, you will see, so this is my playlist called Training Games, and you will see over here an option with these 3 dots, which you can click, and it says collaborate. So once you go in there, you can turn the collaboration feature on just for today if you like, all right? You might have to just go into it for the second time. And you can create a link for collaboration. Which means once you share that link with anyone, they can also add they can also add videos that they like to your playlist. Yeah, I'm sorry to open this. But once you go in there, you will get a collaboration link. And if you share that link that was the one that came. You can share that link with, if you like, on the Facebook group, and you can put a little message that, hey guys, I'm interested in singing, or I'm interested in vlogging, and here is the playlist that I created. And here is my collaboration link. So anyone else who also connects with that topic and would like to go and have a look at your playlist, they can have a look at your playlist. Plus, they can collaborate with you and they can add videos that they found interesting related to that topic. Now, isn't that such a fantastic way to just share something that you're interested in and to connect with someone else who might be interested in the same topic, right? So that's the project that we have to do with as many of us as possible today. Just pick up the topic that you shared on the Zoom chat, go search for some interesting YouTube videos, create a playlist, and then open that playlist up for collaboration and share it on the group with one sentence about what interests you in this topic. And let's see, you might just create some interesting new connections with people who vibe with you on that same topic. Okay, I can't leave this without sharing some really cool things that we found on YouTube. This is the double rainbow video that I spoke about. Here's a really cool thing that you can do. You know, like I found this large, huge 42-minute video that says how to use playlists to get more views on YouTube. I didn't have 42 minutes to look at it. So there's this option. If you click on these 3 dots at the end of this menu, there's an option called Open Transcript. And if you open that transcript, look at what happens. You see the entire second by second transcript of what the person is speaking. And now you can easily browse and see which section interests you. And whatever part interests you, you can go directly to that part of the video. So this is something that I found really interesting and I thought I should share it with you. There are 2 more interesting hacks that I want to share with you. One is a very simple thing. If you want to share a particular section of a video with someone, you just go to that point of the video. And then if you say share, you get this button that says start at. So you get this link to share and you get this button that you get set that says start at. And when you click this button, you see it just adds a question mark T is equal to 82 at the end of that link. You see, and what that means is it will start at the 82nd second of the video. So sometimes you want to share a video with a friend, but you don't want them to watch the whole thing. You just want them to watch from a particular section. That's a really interesting hack. Now here is my favorite one that you are going to flip on. Any video that you like, right where the YouTube link of the video is, right up here in your URL, you see it's https://www.youtube. Before the word YouTube starts, if you just insert the letters GIF, GIF, and you click, what happens is you open to something called gif.com. And now that video comes up here and you can trim 1 second or 2 seconds or 10 seconds of that video and you can create your own GIF, like a meme. You can create your own GIF and it gives you these options to create a caption or to crop it, to change colors. I thought this was super cool. It takes like hardly 3 minutes to create your own GIF. You know those moving images that you share on WhatsApp? You can create those images just like that. And finally, one last little hack that I thought I will share with all of you. Any video that you want to download onto your hard disk, just before the letters YouTube, once again, if you just type SS, you press enter, you reach a site where you can directly download the video. So you see, this is a YouTube video, and before Y, if I add SS, I reach a site where I can directly download the video. It didn't work right now for some reason, but it works. All right, I've done it dozens and dozens of times. So I'm going to stop my screen share now. So let's try an experiment with being a YouTube curator. Pick the topic that you put on the Zoom chat, or it could be some other topic. go out and search for few videos that connect with you on that topic, add them into a playlist, open that playlist up to be able to collaborate with others, and then share that link along with one sentence about that topic on the Facebook group. And let's see who you connect with. Some people will add videos to it. Some people may say, hey, let's connect on this and let's have a chat about it. I really also am very fascinated by this topic. Let's speak about it. And you never know, you will open up some really fascinating connections. Now on the Facebook unit, we have a bunch of other interesting hacks and interesting tools that you can experiment with. So have a look at the Facebook unit and see if something over there excites you. With that, I think we've come to the end of this discussion. We try to pack in a lot into a little time. That's the challenge every time. But the idea of each of these topics is to introduce one new angle to many of the tools that we already know. And the angle that we want to introduce today is to be a curator and to be able to use this channel called YouTube to connect and to share, and also to be able to use it more interestingly for yourself, to design your own YouTube experience. It really is the world's largest, not just content, but cultural platform, the world's largest sharing platform, the world's largest learning platform. So it could be very, very interesting to discover new ideas of how that you come up with, of how you use YouTube. So with that, I'm done with what I want to say. Would love to hear from some of you what you found useful or interesting, or anything that you would like to share with the group. Please take a few minutes to share on the Zoom chat. If there is anyone who wants to share something with everyone on this group, feel free to unmute and in brief share anything that you liked or anything that connected for you with the rest of the group. I'm seeing some comments about the SS feature. Try the GIF feature also. That's also very, very cool. Definitely try creating a playlist. It's a very powerful feature. It's a simple little thing, but you will find that you can organize topics that interest you.
Use the collaborate feature in for playlists to a lot of people can add maybe one song each in the playlist, and that way you can expand your music taste.
That's a very interesting idea. We could start a collaborative playlist for people in the, let's say in the Explorathon group, and you can just add one song that you like and we create this community playlist. Fantastic idea, Tanay. Let's hear a few more thoughts from anyone who would like to share. Anything that connected for you, anything that sounded interesting for you, any other way that you've used YouTube interestingly. So I see my friend Kuldeep, who I know is a company secretary. And one thing is to create content as a company secretary, but he might want to just find 5 interesting videos that talk about the importance of, keeping your company documents properly in place. And he might want to make a playlist of that and just share that with his team or his customers or his friends even. It's as simple as that.
Can I share something?
Yes.
So I think for the longest time when I watch YouTube videos, I feel super inspired, super excited. And the first thing that pops in your mind is, I think amongst young people especially, is, oh my God, I want to make my own video and post it out there. And hopefully like 1 million people will like it. But I think what is really interesting is, I was speaking with my sister about this entire curation bit. And she told me that for the longest time, she's a lawyer, and she told me for the longest time she's been wanting to make videos on different topics on law. And today she said that, you know what, I've been waiting for too long to make a sort of a library of videos so that people can understand about simple things about law. Rather, I'm going to just pick different topics that I really like and make one playlist, create it with different topics. And that'll be it. That'll be my contribution to the world. And I kind of found it very, very interesting for somebody who's a professional also to be able to think in that way. So yeah, I think curation was a very, very new thing for me, and I didn't think I was going to be so excited about it. But now hearing so many people and also seeing Adi your playlist, makes me feel that yeah, it is something I'd also love to try.
Absolutely. And you know, the beauty of this idea called curation is that you don't have to be an expert. Do you think that I'm an expert in mind mapping and logic trees and appreciative inquiry? No, my friends, I'm not an expert by far. But what I realized today what I am doing is I'm curating these topics. I am using my experience of working with a lot of people to understand what are topics that might interest people. And I'm bringing that content together and I'm just collecting that content and sharing it with you. That's what I'm doing. I'm a curator. I'm not a creator of any kind of content. And all of us are curators in a sense. I see my friend Vishal here who loves business and marketing and selling, and he could curate some content around that. I know that, let's say, Akash is interested in sustainability and the environment and trees, and Apeksha is interested in teaching kids and working with kids and getting kids to learn in new ways. Huzaifa is interested in resin art. Tanay is interested in electronics, and all of us can bring some content together. I love Sindhi food, and whenever I feel like some Sindhi food, I call Mrs. Jetwani, who is on the channel right now. And she could just create one playlist of interesting Sindhi recipes and share it with me. And I would feel so excited. Right? So all of us are actually content creators. The game is just to put that together, organize that, and then see how you can use that to connect. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to receiving some of your playlists and collaborative playlists on the Facebook group. Tomorrow we are going to have a very interesting topic, which is about, again, using content and sharing content on the platform called Instagram, right? And that's going to be done by my friend Yusuf, who, along with his brother Huzaifa, they have grown their platform from almost nothing to a huge follower base in the last hardly 2 years. So it's going to be very exciting. Thanks a lot. Stay late and have some fun designing your own YouTube experience. Bye.